Greetings YouTube, it's the Brain Damage Gamer here, and I have some more BDG news for everyone. First off, before I say anything, you may have noticed show might look a little bit different. Some of you may look the same, who knows. But I am now filming on some new equipment. That is part of why this particular episode was delayed. First I was waiting on getting it, and it was the whole, should I go ahead and film anyway using the old stuff, knowing that I might have something better? Or should I delay? And then when it did get here, I was like, okay, I got this. And I went ahead and shot some test footage, and I am having a heck of a time getting the green screening to work properly. I did get chroma key up and running though, so hopefully I have a better background and you're not just seeing a green sheet behind me. Hopefully it looks good to everyone right now. But moving on to news that you'd like to hear about. As a brief note, I didn't link the digital homicide comment that James Romine had left behind on my one video so that people could go and poke at him. I left that on there so that way people, if they wanted to, could see the source I was citing and that I wasn't just making up the fact that he made that comment. For the most part, everybody was pretty okay and pretty polite about, hey, how's it going? It's slightly rude in some aspects, but nobody crossed the line into craziness. Well, except for one person, and they just got their comment deleted. But it was definitely interesting because he popped right back and went right back into a lot of the same arguments that people have heard before. So I guess that continues. Like I said, I'm trying to, for the most part, to stay out of it because, I don't like his games, and I think the games that they made are kind of garbage. But I don't really see the need to poke at him myself. I figure the universe has done enough of that for most of us. So, in very interesting news, Valve has managed to partner with Samsung, and the new Samsung TVs are going to have Steam Link built directly into it. Now, if you're a PC gamer, this is something that's really exciting news for the simple fact that you won't have to go through extra steps in order to hook up a game from your computer to your television. Your computer could be on the opposite side of the house as long as you have good Wi-Fi signal between your television and the router and your computer. If you have that, you'll be fine, and you'll be able to directly stream straight from your PC to that television and won't have to even put extra equipment on. A lot of PC gamers are pretty excited about this because this kind of is that extra step that Valve's been wanting to do to really make it so that their vision of PC couch gaming is easier to do. Get yourself a couple of wireless controllers and you're set. And on that note, they also announced that they are going to be giving full support to the PS4 DualShock 4 controllers. And when I say full support, they're even giving you the same options that you get for the Steam controller, where you'll be able to go into the big picture mode and modify what the buttons on the controller is going to do without having to go to third-party software. It'll all be included directly in Steam. As a side note, I wasn't paid or asked to do this for Valve or Steam. Lord knows they haven't noticed my tiny channel, and if they had, they wouldn't have paid me enough to make it worthwhile. I have always kind of favored the DualShock type controllers. I like the button configuration just a little bit more than the Xbox ones. In particular, I love the D-pad by comparison. The PlayStation D-pad, in my opinion, is a huge improvement over the one that is the default on Xbox 360 controllers. I don't really use the Xbox One controllers. I hopped to PC gaming when this whole new generation came out because, not really my cup of tea. Valve has also announced that they're doing an update to the Steam VR controllers as well. They're going to be modifying some of the peripheral adjustments on that. It's supposed to be able to be a little more natural in your hand, and apparently the way that it naturally is held by you, you can actually open your hand and the controller won't fall down. Which, being able to open your hand and use a controller at the same time is going to be interesting because that's a game mechanic that developers could use in their games in the future potentially, where if you're holding it, it's recognizing that you're holding it and then you open your hands, maybe on the actual screen something opens its hands, you drop something. Who knows? They might be able to use that as like a pickup mechanic. But they are indicating that it is going to be able to tell when someone has their hands open or closed, which means there'll be sensors or maybe some sort of switch that you're touching whenever it's closed. It's going to be an interesting idea, and I'm kind of interested to see what it's going to be like. Me personally, I don't have one of the Vives, or Vive if you prefer to say it that way. I've heard a lot of people pronounce it differently. I don't have one yet for simple cost factor, and unfortunately that's the biggest hurdle that Valve has really been struggling to get over, is the fact that people can't afford the technology as it is. And if they make modifications, is this going to make the controller more expensive? Because if it is, you might be actually making your fan base kind of scatter away a little bit quicker, and that may not be what they're looking for. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting place. But what do you think? Anything that we've gone over today, feel free to go ahead and throw some sort of comment down below. Did you think that it was interesting that they had done that? Is that the right move? Do you think it's a move that they should have gone in the opposite direction? Me personally, I like the idea of the new technology. If it doesn't adjust the price down, it's probably not going to sell as good as the original sets. Who knows? But that is all that we had today. I am going to be doing some new gaming videos with this wonderful new technology. Here's hoping that it doesn't, look like garbage on screen right now for everybody. The test footage I did looked okay to me, but I'm biased. I hope that it looks good, and I kind of squint sometimes. And I've asked other people I know if they'd look at it, and they know me as well, so they're like, "Oh yeah, it looks fine, man. Don't worry about it." That's not an honest opinion. What do you think? Do you like the way that it looks now, or would you prefer me to go back to the old equipment? Probably not going to go back to the old equipment. I already invested in the new stuff. But I'll try to find a way to make it look like the old stuff. How's that? But anyway, I would like to thank everyone for watching. And as always, if you like the content, feel free to hit like. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more information like this during a BDG news update. Or if you'd like to see some of my other gaming series. I do have my new equipment, and we are going to be looking at getting some Elite Dangerous videos out here shortly once the new patch drops. I'm waiting for the next update so that way I can do all the tutorials in the same style. But thanks again for watching, and as always, game on.